Welcome back to the Ziggy Zone. Today we are going to talk about the first month of basketball. The NBA returned a few weeks ago, and there have been there's some interesting things that have come down the pipeline, I guess. The NBA started on a very somber note. Flip Saunders, who was, I think, was it the Timberwolves or the Bucks? Ooh, I should know that. Anyway, he was the coach and the GM. He passed like literally right before the season started. Yeah, at the end of October. So the NBA started on a somber note. However, it has progressed really well. Most teams at this point have played about 12 or 13 games. And yeah, let's just get right into it. I'm going to start working my way back with the first coaching casualty. Kevin McHale was fired this week by the Houston Rockets. Now, granted, they at the time of his firing were 4-7. The night they fired him, they played and won, so they're now 5-7. The Rockets went to the Western Conference Finals last year. They went to the playoffs the year before that. They have improved steadily since McHale has taken over. So to hear that he's been fired just 11 games in is shocking to me. It's very shocking because, you talk about a Hall of Famer like that. You talk about someone who knows the game, who has crafted the team. And to fire, wow. Like, Alvin Gentry still has a job. He's new with the Pelicans, and they are like 1-10 or 1-11 now, I think. So yeah, I think there's more to that backstory down there in Houston. Perhaps Kevin McHale wasn't getting along with management. But to really be this early on in the season and to have a coaching change, what does that mean for the Rockets? I sort of feel like they're waving their white flag, like their season's over. And I think had they kept McHale, and we don't know, right? Like the season's a very long season. We go into March or April. So anything can happen. They have an interim head coach, BJ or JB something something. He has a name that I don't want to chop up because it's not an easy one. So I don't know if this interim coach is going to take over for the rest of the season. Were the Rockets already looking for coaches, and so they just figured, oh, this is the right time. I mean, we don't know any of that. And when we find that out, we'll definitely share it with you because, again, I'm just like, oh, they're waving the right flag. Like, they're just saying this season's a wash to make such a drastic move like that and to not have the coach already lined up. I'm like, if you're going to move someone out, you should probably have another premier coach ready to go. But who knows? This might be the assistant coach opportunity to solidify himself as a NBA head coach. So who knows? We'll see how that progresses. And so then we are going to talk about teams who have had a rough start, right? Clearly Houston, they're having a rough start with the firing of their coach, with coaching being in flux. But as far as wins and losses, who's having a rough start? First on the list, and their start it's not even rough. It's just plain old bad. The Philadelphia 76ers. They are 0-12. They have not won a game, like, at all. And yeah, that's not good. I don't know if they're going to. Their coach is actually really funny, and I'm not in the East Coast, but I actually want to watch more of their post-game coverage because when they lost their last game, their coach went off. He was like he literally went off. He was like, well, you all are gonna make the story and I could leave. I was like, man, you are crazy. But it made for good entertainment. And then your Los Angeles Lakers, as if for a surprise, the Lakers and the Clippers have completely flipped. At one point, the Lakers were riding high and the Clippers were scraping the bottom. Now the Clippers are not riding high, but they're riding, and the Lakers are scraping. And I'm sorry for all you Kobe lovers. Don't hate me. I think he needs to do the Lakers organization a favor and retire. He's like an achy old guy. I get that he's been playing basketball his entire life, and I think there's some psychological things that he needs to work through and some emotional things he needs to work through. But if your legs are, hurting, your back is hurting, what is Kobe, 36, 37? Or is he closer to 38? I don't even know how old he is. But if you're having all of these aches and pains, he has enough money, so it's not a money issue. It's definitely an attachment thing. He just needs to let it go. He has a family. Be present with them. Free up some money. Let the Lakers bring in some more people, some better people, because let's face it, the Warriors roster is, I'm not going to call it trash, but it is, has been recycled a number of times. I mean, they have Roy Hibbert. He's good, but he's kind of like goofy. Really? Like, there's no one on the Lakers. Like, I don't consider any legitimate talent. And they haven't had that for a while. And I don't know if it's because people find it difficult to play with Kobe. He's a competitor, so I get it. But I think he needs to start taking care of himself and move on in his life and in his career and do something different for a while. If your knees and legs and your back, I mean, dude, if you can't stand, you need to go and find a seat and have several. But he's still great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on Kobe. I'm just saying what he could do for, number one, himself as well as the Lakers organization, because they need Jesus, a whole lot of it. Someone called Erica Campbell and let her go on through that locker room in them front offices and sang. And then the Pelicans, mentioned the Pelicans already, 1-10, I believe. And, Alvin Gentry, he left the Warriors. And I don't know the Pelicans are actually, like, when you look at it, their roster, they're actually a good team. I think the Pelicans lost tonight. I think they played there, so they might be 1-11. But they're really a good team on paper. And Alvin Gentry's a really good coach. And, he's a cat daddy, and we all love the cat daddies. So I don't know why they're losing. Like, I can't, like, to only win one game so far, and you were in I guess they were the 8th seed last year, so. But the West is a very competitive division, and teams like the Rockets and the Pelicans not doing well, I mean, you're really making it easy to sort of put a gap there between, the 8th place in 9 and 10 and maybe even 11. Before, typically, 9, 10, and 11, it really comes down to late into the season before those spots are really locked in. So the Pelicans are not doing well, and I sure do hope for Anthony Davis' sake that they turn it around. And then the last thing I want to talk about, as I think it's important, I want to talk about the Golden State Warriors. Why do I want to talk about the Golden State Warriors? Well, for all of the haters out there, everyone who said the Warriors were lucky, and all of this other stuff, and not giving them credit for having good coaching and having good players and having a good bench and having the drive. The Warriors are currently undefeated, and we know, the Warriors are currently undefeated. They are 12-0, and they have a bullseye on their head. They are defending world champions, and they're undefeated, which means every time they go into the arena, their opponent is coming for them. It's a double whammy. The interesting thing about the Warriors this season, it's great that they're undefeated, but it's how they're winning. The last week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, literally, the Warriors have not been playing good basketball. I mean, high turnovers. They're not making shots. I mean, their offense has just been not very bad. It's been very bad considering the Warriors the last 4 or 5 years, right? So, if you were to give them a grade, I say that the Warriors overall have been playing at around like 70%. Well, this is the thing. Teams are coming out and giving their all. Like, teams are giving 110%. And you can see these teams trying and really wanting and hoping and praying to win. And they lose. So just imagine this. If the Warriors are playing at 70% and their opponents are playing at 100%, 110% and still can't win, can you imagine what the Warriors will look like when they are playing at 90%? Oh my gosh. Like, when they started out the season, they were winning 20, 30. I mean, at one point, I think they beat Memphis the first time they played them by like 50 or something. The Warriors are a very dangerous team, and the NBA literally needs to watch out for them because they're good. And when they're good, they're just playing all right. They're, oh, okay, maybe we'll win. They're like, all right, guys, I guess we should win, right? They go from this, maybe let's give them a chance, right? The Warriors go from this, like, let's give them a chance to win, to, no, we changed our mind. We actually want to win. And that's scary. That is scary for other teams. I'm not going to say they're going to go 82-0 because it's a very difficult thing to do. But to know that a team can give their all and there's a good chance that they might not win, I would be upset. But let's see how the cookie crumbles. So far, they're doing well. Luke Walton is the interim head coach. Steve Kerr had the double back surgery. And again, you talk about an overtime game. You talk about games coming close to the wire. This weekend, they're playing the Bulls the Clippers first and then the Bulls. So perhaps, playoff caliber teams, they'll see something different. Although they beat the Pelicans twice and Memphis twice. So they beat playoff contender teams. We're early in the season. We'll just see how it progresses from here. But right now, you have to give much respect and credit to the Warriors because late in the fourth quarter, they turn it on, they figure it out, and they say, I want to win, and they do. Again, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. I love you. Be sure to like and share this video with your friends, with your network. Be sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And I will see you next time. Ciao.